We have three major things that we concentrate on. Always, always, always. Distance, timing, and technique. Because if you've got all those three working together, you should be good. So, for example, if you strike my head, see, I'll come in here. Now, I'm close enough to cut. If you try to come back up, I've got you here. Stop the line out. Right. Same thing if you go from my dough we were talking about there, I'll come in here. If I hit you off, or if not, if you block like that, I collapse you right here, and now I've got the arms covered as well as all of this. So it's exactly the same idea. We don't want to just block out here and do that. Right. And that's why these guys will tell you, when they do this distance fighting, where they're just hacking each other and staying out, I go nuts.
that first one where you do the set aside, as Satsen in German, when you deflect against the strike, that's what we call a redoubling of the strike without re-chambering. So the first shot ricochets firmly into stance, and then from that position, you can deflect into the follow-on strike without pause.
And that is, for us, very fundamental and it's a very subtle difference between what we do in Kendo. In Kendo, like I said, they don't concentrate on blocks at all. So when he strikes me, just kind of go slow, the idea in Kendo is that I will strike through his strike and finish it and do my cut. Well, again, that's great if you hit it, if you nail it just perfectly. If you don't, chances are you're going to both get cut. So it's, in more practical terms, in martial terms, I want to knock his sword clear first, open that center line, and now I have my picking of whatever it is I want. So that's a very subtle difference between, like, say, Kendo and Kenjutsu. We're still going through, but we're deviating just a little.
That's two actions strung together rather than one.
Yes, exactly.
The funny thing is that, so the Germans have the Meisterhau, the master strikers, and of the master strikers, the Zornhau is the first and most basic one taught. And the Zornhau is essentially a slightly oblique overhand cut that happens to simultaneously defend and offend. So if you strike me again with the right overhand, boom, I come in here, then I'll deflect, and through a combination of offline stepping and closing the line, then I'll hit your head at the same time that I stay safe. And that sounds like it's more akin to the Kendo version.
It depends. Just to talk about, like, you're talking about sidestepping, we have two basic approaches. Either because the basic idea is, here's his center line, here's mine. Whoever controls center wins the game. So there's two things I can do. Either, because when his sword is out, he's controlling his own center line. He's in charge. I can either move his defense and clear his center line for me to come and attack, or I simply change the center line. Right? It's either or. I don't have much choice. That's it.
And the Zornhau essentially uses both.
Right. And so, for example, when he strikes, if I stand my ground and blast through and strike, I have now moved him, cleared his center, and made my strike. I now control center. If I can, if he's real strong, then yes, I'll sidestep. And now I change the center. My center, if you notice, that's the squareness, is still directly in line with you. But your center line is going down. So exactly the same. Yeah. Exactly the same.